Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Project Ascension Hub video. My name is Halen, and today we are not leveling a character anymore. We're actually done with that. We hit level 70 in the last video. And what we want to do today is get our build to something respectable so we can go do dailies and kind of enjoy that journey, as well as talk about cards, when to card, what to card, as well as the whole logic of just re-rolling, which I've done in some other videos, but since this series is mostly fresh start, kind of new player guide, looking back over the season, how it's all panned out, using some lessons learned. We're going to do that today. And then talk a little about Mystic Enchants as well, maybe go chasing after some of those, and enjoy some in-game for a bit, up until the point where you can make a decision on whether or not you should re-roll or do a second specialization, that sort of thing. So what I want to do is keep track of how many re-rolls we've done, because I kind of want to take like a check at certain points to see what the strength of the build is after, 500 rolls or whatnot. So right now I'm essentially going to say that you rolled about 100 and maybe 200 talents. Actually, talents we haven't done that many, so I'm going to keep this at 165, but I'm going to keep track of that. So we're going to use up these rolls first before we start going to do dailies and other things. And at the start of this build, we said that we're going to try to go for some sort of mage build. Or like, the new player in this situation likes mages and they want to do something magey. And they have no idea what's going on as far as the synergies goes with making new builds. They're just jumping into it. So we're going to kind of act like we're in the shoes of that player. Now, at level 1, we picked Frostbolt and some like supporting things. We got the Raise Undead. I believe we took Arcane Brilliance. Can I do level 1 here? Thought I could for some reason. Let's see here. Yeah, we took Dominate Undead, I'm pretty sure. Frostbolt. Yeah, I think we took Arcane Intellect and another thing. Well, maybe it was Mage Armor. So yeah, we took something that was magey. Now, one of the things that I already kind of looking back on regret, or I guess as someone who is used to making builds and carding in things, going for stuff specifically later, I would not have taken something like Frostbolt and Fireball, because they're casted or channeled, or excuse me, casted abilities. I'm only going to cast one or the other. So if I were giving advice to a new player, I would say, just go with your favorite. But in hindsight, if my goal was just to play something that was like a mage, I would have kept Frostbolt and Fireball, because it opens up different options. And I would even go as far as say, take all the abilities, take all the mage abilities that you like at level 1. Arcane Missiles, Frostbolt, Fireball, and even Fire Blast. Yeah. Because as a more veteran player, it's like, take the rares and other things like that would be harder to get later on that you'd like to have. And like all these other commons and stuff, it's whatever. But for a brand new player without cards or anything, I think it's more important just to have options and to have a lot of things to trigger synergies. And that way, even though if you're going to re-roll them later, it's fine. you at least have options for synergies and things later, like during leveling and also at max level. As of right now, we got a few things that put us kind of in a certain direction. So we got Arcane Bullet, and we do have Arcane Missiles. So I'm going to go ahead and just start locking the things that I think I do like and I would like to use in one way or another. I think we're going to keep Dominate Undead. Guess we'll keep Mage Armor for now. Now, even though it's not Mage, it's still Caster. So I think keeping Shadow Waste Bolt is a good idea. So we're going to keep that for now. We're going to keep Immolate, Living Bomb. I guess that's it for abilities, really. Now let's just sort by like rarity first. Let's look at some legendaries that we have. Grappling Hook is kind of a mobility. It's not the best. We'd rather have something like a Blink or a Demonic Leap. Battle Charge, again, not really something we're interested in because we're not really... We could go like a melee hybrid, but this new player is not willing to do that. We're not going to make use of Purification by Light because of that reason. Seething Flames, however, is something I think we'll be using no matter what. So we'll keep that. Like maybe it gets scaled later depending on what build we go, but for now it's doing something for us, so we're going to keep it. Yeah, Blades of Blood, not interested in keeping. So this is a good example of something that no, not this one. Where is it at? Frost. Kind of getting ahead of myself. Okay. Dark Winter. So here's a good example of something that you may have come across as a new player where, you come into this game and you have no idea what the synergies are. And you just randomly roll this. Dealing damage with Frostbolt, something that we took level 1 because this is what we like. We like doing caster builds. And now we roll this and realize that, oh, there's some synergy in between casting Frostbolt and boosting the damage of my periodic shadow damage over time. Well, that's redundant with periodic, but you get what I'm saying. Increases my periodic shadow damage dealt to target by up to 12% when it's fully stacked. So again, this is something that now I'm like, oh, okay, this is an option. I know that I can shoot Frostbolt at things and apply things like, what's my periodic over time damage? Well, I also have Shadow Waste Bolt. So just by having Shadow Waste Bolt and Frostbolt, if I cast those two things, I'll like alternating. And once I'm ready to reapply my dot, I cast Shadow Bolt again, Shadow Waste Bolt, and then I cast Frostbolt. I can boost the damage of that 456 shadow damage every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. So that essentially works out to me doing Shadow Bolt and maybe like 2 Frostbolts, then Shadow Bolt twice. Let's see if I can find ability just by typing shadow damage over. Yeah. I do that, I get majority of like the shadow damage type stuff. So I start seeing that, the Corruption, Curse of Agony, Shadow Word Pain, all these things that are dealing damage over time. So then I can start doing things like Curse of Agony. And seeing, well, are there any other synergies between having frost damage or frostbolt and shadow over time? I can look at some of these here. Impending Agony makes Curse Agony better. But nothing that, like, me as a new player, I wouldn't see any like clear lines. But we could still go with Frostbolt because that's something we have. So maybe we want to see all the other things. And I talked about whenever you're first starting out, there's like 3 different versions of preparing your first character. The first version being just go with it. Like pick some of your favorite stuff at level 1 and just go. It's a learning curve. You're going to have to climb up that curve and figure it out. The second layer would be to, well, pick your favorites. But before you set off, maybe come in here onto the character advancement screen and search those up to see what kind of things you got going. And we pointed out in that very first video of this series how that person would then uh, find or discover things like cryotherapist, conductor, ice barrage, that kind of stuff. So now we can do that again. Now we're here at level 70 and kind of do that with some other things we got that look interesting to us. So here's another one, which now makes more sense. We figured out that there's dark winter, right? And then we come down here and here's another like shadow frost talent called Dark Thoughts, which gives us instant mind blasts when we cast stuff like Frostbolt. Then there's this Frozen Chaos, more Frostbolt with Chaos Bolt. That's not exactly the same thing, but as you can see, we can start finding these synergies and thinking, okay, well, there's some things to look for as we roll. All right, but we're gonna get back to looking for our outliers. I think we found the ones that we wanna keep. As for what to roll first, your abilities and talents, honestly, it's hindsight 2020. You know, you roll an ability, then you go to roll, or you roll your talents. Maybe you pass up on something that, well, I didn't know I was going to get that ability, and vice versa. So, you if you want, you just go back and forth. Like here, I know I'm not going to keep. Well, let's roll some stuff that's even worse. Actually, I know I'm not going to keep Battle Charge. So let's unlearn that. Cool. Shadow Form. So this is a good one. I think I would keep now because as long as I don't cast healing or priest holy spells, I can still cast things like Frost and I can still do like shadow stuff. So this is a win for that direction of a build idea where I am doing frost and shadow damage because it's boosting shadow damage. And then if you really want, roll an ability and then come down here and roll a talent. So I'm not going to be using this. Field of the Emperor. Let's re-roll that. Cool. Mounted speed 10%. That's pretty much all that's doing for me. Fine. I don't want to heal, and if I'm in shadow form, I can't heal. Lava Burst. For all I know, there's some synergy between Lava Burst and some mage stuff, but it's still caster, which as a caster player that we're simulating, that's might be something I want. Get rid of this. Spell Still, that can be useful. Get rid of Blade Fury, Flurry. Or you roll that one. Oh, that was Holy Fire, actually. I thought it was like Holy Shock or something. Don't think we're going to be keeping Gloom Blade. Even though, knowing what I know, you could do some Gloom Blade with Shadow Waste Bolt action. So, Sunfire. Now, I know this is more like Balanced Druid type stuff, not really Mage. But as a new player, I'd probably keep it. Just get rid of Backstab. Okay, Vampiric Touch. Only knowing what I know about the Dark Winter talent, I would probably keep this as a new player. So I'm going to keep that. Don't think it's something that's going to be useful, but hey. We'll see. All Fungarians. It's a cooldown. It does damage. Might as well put it on our bars right now. We no longer have a combo point generator, so let's get rid of the combo spenders. That's melee. We don't want it. Frost Bomb. That sounds like something cool for us for this build. Or a potential build. Temporal Rift. It seems like a melee type thing, and I don't think I'm going to use it. Personally, like I've never used it before in any build, so I'm going to get rid of it. Circle of Life, that's a heal. Most likely not going to use that. I think most new players look at this and be like, I'm not using totems. I know for a fact that I'm not going to use this. I've used it before. If we're off the global cooldown, I think it would be good. We actually made a whole build. You can go back and look at the Elemental Lord videos. We made a whole build that's about keeping those greater elementals like permanent, pretty much. Like we can cast him right off cooldown every single time. And even then, this did not do that much work. So we didn't get the AoE versions because it causes the fire ones to do like tons of damage. Hey, we're actually getting quite a few frost things. Here's Ray of Frost. That's pretty cool. We keep that. We got Frost Braum, Ray of Frost, and of course we got Frostbolt. Pretty good start. Let's get rid of some. I think it's safe to say we can get rid of Exorcism. Okay, that's another cooldown, and we don't know if we're going to do shadow stuff or not. I think we keep Scorpid Sting for the time being. We would rather have Curse of Elements, because it doesn't require us to have a... It's just a better... well, I think there's even a better one. Mistaken. Isn't it Curse of... what? Haha. Yeah, I think Veil of Shadows is like the better version because it does damage. I guess you have to reapply it though, and that's the downside. Whereas this one will last for 5 minutes, so you don't have to reapply it. If I were casting Haunt, there would be a... Oh no, you don't even need it for that either. So. Oh, just realized I didn't have chat up. Sorry about that. You said something, I missed it. Say it again. Okay. That's hypothesizing. We've only used like 14 rerolls and abilities, and we got some pretty good ones. Let's go ahead and like put the cold stuff on our bars. I'm not gonna lie, I was personally hoping we would get more arcane stuff for Arcane Gunslinger because I kind of want to play that. Evasion is okay, but I think we'd rather another defensive in reality. All right. But I think we're going to re-roll Evasion. Better defensives to have. Flame Shock. That's one. Make use of that. We kept Calibrate Aim, or we were talking about using Calibrate Aim for maybe Arcane Gunslinger, but I actually don't even know if Arcane Gunslinger uses that because it's like 50-50 on the like hunter shots and the spells, like arcane spells, and I think arcane spells do most of the damage. Hey, Focus Magic. That could be good. Probably keep that. This over here with the buffs. Alright, now let's start getting rid of these auras. Because we can't use them with Shadow. Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, just these auras, but let's get rid of some of them. Let's I think Retribution aura is probably worse than any of the other ones. The other ones, like in certain scenarios, could be useful. Riptide, we're not going to use that, even though Riptide is a good heal. Good ability. Hey, what's going on? Pyroblade. Lunar Aspiration, that's what we just got. Oh yeah, this is another version of Moonfire. I think when I played, yeah, I'm not sure if that build's good either. What's is it an Architect? What's it called? Pyro Blade? I mean, at the beginning of the season, builds that just Pyroblaster, you know? Is that the name of like the talent that it's built around? Or just Pyroblast? You just do a bunch of Pyroblasting? Oh, it's featured one. Okay, I see. Pyro. Haha, okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, where's this Pyroblaster name coming from? Okay. Yeah, and like this would have been a good, I guess the feature builds are actually, I'm sitting here telling you like, you know, subtract 2, add 4, divide by 0 on all these things when you could very much just come in these featured builds and, you know, it can give you a little direction and it will show you as well as like what are the things you could hope to maybe get later on. So that's also not a bad strat. I guess I was so caught up in the like, don't worry about it, just start playing. So yeah, a lot of the early builds in season 9, like you can't go wrong with just spamming things like Shadow Bolt or Lightning Bolt and just like all these synergies that come with, you know, tossing out like tons of gobs of fire damage. Like you can't go wrong with that. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Oh yeah, you can get Fire Blast. You can be a caster and you get you get Maelstrom Weapon from casting those. Forgot about that. Yeah, Hot Streak's a big one. And Hot Hands, giving you Hot Streak. He just keeps your Hot Streak going. You get some pretty awesome combos with that. Yeah. Let's see if Arcane is Arcane Gunslinger in here? No. What's Bullet Storm? Oh, okay, it's just a paratrooper. Compound shot, all that, just shooting tons. Okay. Yeah, so I guess you could have come in here and searched stuff like Frostbolt. Wait. That's not working, obviously. Messed up my bars. Don't know what I did to screw them up, but I guess bye. Oh, I went into shadow form, that's why it's gone. I'm back on. And then let's put Shadow Waste Bowl in there because we do have that other one. All right. I guess let's keep rolling abilities. I like that idea. I'm fairly certain we are not going to use Sunfire. This instant cast. This one does do Moonfire. Alright, we got other stuff we can reroll. I think Concentration Aura is like the better one. There's other talents that can give us pushback resistance, so that's a heal. We don't want that. I'll need Blood Rage. Don't need a heal. Shadow Flame. I'll use that. We'll keep it. Yeah, let's get rid of Concentration Aura because we'd rather have one of those pushback talents anyways. Just having 2 out of 3 is more pushback or like protection than the 50% that Concentration Aura gives us. While channeling, you're immune to interrupt, silence, stuns, and you gain mana. I mean, we already have Brilliance Aura, so I don't think we want that. And we're not. I don't know if that might be used in PvP or something. All right, Devouring Plague is a dot that we can put on them to, you know, to make use of the Dark Harvest or Dark Winter, whatever it was called. Don't think we're gonna be doing Health Funnel. Don't think we're gonna actually spend the time. Our pet either lives or it dies. All right, Jade Fighter Corruption. But this one doesn't do shadow damage. Even though it's a corruption modifiers, the Dark Winter specifically says shadow damage over time or periodic. So that's not going to be very useful for us. So Jade. However, one very popular thing this season and in general to make a powerful build is if you have something that works around a certain ability, like Corruption, for example, there's like 3 different versions of Corruption. There's Jade Fire Corruption, Shadow Arrow, and Corruption. So you can just stack those up. And you'll have triple, like whatever your build does with Corruption, it does it times 3 now. So just putting that out there. In trying to get rid of auras, we got more auras. Nope, don't need that. We already have Psychic Scream, actually. Nah, we don't need Ritual Refreshment. We got Rest. Blind Spirit. Now, this one's interesting because, like, there's a world where we could go into a spirit build. There's a lot of talents that will give you spirit benefits or benefits from having your spirit. Student of the Mind increases your total spirit by 5% and it gives you spell damage increased by 50% of your spirit. This increases your spirit. And there's some other ones too that may not be worded like this. Oh, this one, your critical strike rating is increased by 15% of your spirit. So, maybe a new player knew that or not, but we'll keep it just in case. I don't know how good spirit builds are on any other caster, but I think it's always a viable path for casters. All right, let's look at our abilities. I think I just locked something I didn't mean to. Maybe it was Shadow Flame. I don't think I wanted to lock that. We don't need no stinking Cure Poison. That's what healers are for. Sweeping Strikes, not useful for us. Summon Void Zone. Now this one actually is pretty good, but not for... Maybe we do want it. It actually does do pretty good work. I used it on one of my shadow builds. Let's put the shadow stuff over here. We already have Devouring Plague. Got Flame. Shadow damage. A lot of like shadow cooldowns. And this is where I actually do enjoy the game quite a bit. And what pulled me to Ascension in the first place is like, it kind of feels like doing a draft like for MTG, Magic the Gathering. And that was something that I really enjoyed. Oh, this is number 1 bar over here. I don't want that to be there. I'll have to change that later. What? My bar messed up again? Holy cow. What is going on? Okay, we're not going to be in shadow form for this. Put this up there. Let's put the fire stuff over here. More arcane stuff. Put the arcane stuff right here. Devouring play we have there. So Soul Harvest is just all shadow magic damage. But I actually have most of those things. You've got Vampiric Touch. Void Zone. And then Shadow Ice Bolt. We got those. Okay. That's our arcane damage stuff. We got Arcane Bullet. Arcane Missiles. And Lunar Aspiration. And then what's our fire damage stuff? We have Immolate, Flame Shock, Living Bomb, Sunfire, Lava Burst. Okay, so we have these schools of magic to kind of feed off of. We have some Arcane, we have Frost, which is what we're pretending we're a player that wants to do. We got a pretty good amount of Shadow stuff, and we got a handful of Fire stuff. Put those kind of in the middle for debuffs. All right. But we don't really have any, besides the Frost and Shadow support, we don't really have any talents that are pushing us strongly in any one direction. So let's now get rid of, I guess, Frost Resistance Aura. But I think we're almost to that point where we can start rolling some talents and just sit on our ability rerolls because we want to see like where we can go. Or maybe get signals as to where we should go, what direction. Elemental Blast. That kind of works. Okay. Yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's start doing talents. Let's search for things like melee. These are easy, sometimes easy things. So like this right here, we know we're not going to use because we don't have Blade Flurry anymore. I'm not going to use that. Now here's the tip for just re-rolling in general. You want to, just like your abilities, roll off the things that are the outliers, like stuff that you would never ever use or benefit from first. Especially if there are things that are like heal talents, or like here we're trying to focus on some melee things that we're not going to use. I should probably go and look for some heal ones maybe too first, but they aren't going to benefit you at all by having them. Unlike this, Blessed Weapons, where it increases all my damage by 2%. These are what are known as the 3% damage talents that are kind of controversial in this season because you can just stack them and you're always going to take them if you don't have anything else to spend your talent points or essence on. So this I'm going to keep, even though you know, I might need to replace it with something else later down the line, it's keepable. Now, and then next, I'm actually going to search heal instead. I'm going to reroll stuff like this, which mentions healing touch. And I do not want the game to see that I have this talent if it gives me a synergy roll and says, oh, synergy roll, let's look at what you got. Naturalist, healing touch. Oh, you don't have healing touch. Here you go. So I don't want it to do that. And it doesn't benefit me because it only helps me with physical damage. So I'm going to unlearn it. All right. And this is why we kept totems, just in case we rolled one of these. There's 2 talents that give us buffs while we have totems up. Gives us haste, spell power, crit. This one, here's the spell power one, for example. So we're going to keep that. It's possible we used aim shot. Maybe even those other ones if we get arcane gunslinger. So we will keep that. All right, so here's one that we wouldn't use. And it does mention, it doesn't mention the, maybe the holy spells gives us this energy roll, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, and here's one that we could actually use, or potentially use. Increases fire and shadow damage. Even though it's 1 of 5 and it's kind of like soak up a bunch of upgrade rolls eventually, because whenever it rolls, there's a chance it gives you an upgrade, a synergy, or just a random thing. So if it rolls an upgrade, you know, then it looks at everything that you're going to have upgrades for. I would rather it hit somewhere else, most likely. These kinds of talents, there are a number of talents that do spell critical strike damage. So if your spell critical, so here they are. So we have Vengeance right now, which is actually a pretty good one if we do arcane damage. So that's why we kept it, and it's actually better than Ruin. So there's a chance we just reroll Ruin, because yes, you're interested in the capstone, but if you have to sit on one for any amount of time and you're doing spells, you just want to take the highest that you have. So right now, this one gives us an extra 45% spell critical strike damage. But as you can see, there's multiple. If we do fire damage, burnout's the best. If we do shadow power is probably pretty good, but ruin is good if we do a mix of shadow and fire. Elemental fury is okay, but it also requires, to get the full effect, you also have to have the elemental focus, which is why vengeance usually wins out, because it increases magic damage by 8%, just like this would do without the extra talent, and it gives you back mana, so it's usually better. Then if we do full frost, ice shards could be good, especially if we're doing stuff with ice lance against frozen targets. So anyways, those are your sets of talents, and like you usually pick the capstone that works best for your build, but if you can't get it yet, and you're casting spells, you just want to sit on the highest that whatever you have. Oh yeah, we were looking for talents that mentioned heal stuff. Okay. And this is also the biggest noob trap of rerolling, and why you don't want to go into rapid rerolling now. So like I said, there's going to be stuff that you do not keep in the long run, but it benefits you for now. And if you went immediately to rapid roll, you wouldn't see all these interim rolls. It would just cut straight to the chase and roll 15 scrolls or something and say, well, all the other stuff wasn't what you wanted, so we skipped it. But like this one right here. It reduces mana cost and the threat cost on my frost spells. There's a good chance I'm doing frost stuff. But maybe this isn't in like an architect build. Maybe this isn't a final thing, but I'm going to keep it right now because it benefits me now. What's this for? I mean, I'm game to do something, but I don't know what this is for. All right, this one's melee critical strike. This is a good talent, but you know, not if you're not melee. If your target is afflicted by Edward Pain, I don't think this is the kind of shadow stuff we'll be doing. So, and we don't have Shadowward Pain yet, so we're gonna skip it. Not doing that kind of stuff. Can't do that. Okay, and we will keep this for now. Let's go ahead and unroll Ruin, actually. Sure, we have Mark of the Wild. We'll keep that. We don't need the Revive Pet. I love Hack and Slash as a talent, but unfortunately it's not useful to us here. Okay, sure. Not something we would keep, and like I said, it kind of soaks up upgrades, but it is what it is. Did they answer me? What they're trying to do? Why they invited me? Okay, I don't know what this person needs. Sorry. Oh, what did I get? What did I missed? Plain Darkness. Ooh. Again, I don't think, I mean, I've already done a Mind Flay Shadow build. That was actually my first follow just your destiny of rerolls type build, and I really don't want to do it again, so I'm just gonna say no, and I don't have a lot of stuff to do that, so. I think it would probably be easier if I just made my decision right now and say I want to do either this or that. Oh, this is a good one. Damage done by ice stuff. Okay. Nope, don't want that. All fire damage. If you end up going fire, that could be really good. This one's good for intellect, and we are running stacking intellect right now. All right, there's one of those spirit ones we were talking about. We'll keep that. I think we're almost to the point where we have oh, this one's actually okay. Shadow Reach, yeah. Dealing direct damage, target further than 20 yards. Has a chance to corrupt their soul, dealing shadow damage every time, which works with Dark Winter. That's cool. I think we'd rather be in Shadow stance. The trance summoned by your Force of Nature increases. All right, and we have Called Fungarians, which uses Force of Nature modifiers. When used with Guardians of the Grove, reduces their healing done by that. All right, cool. We got a Fungarian synergy, and like obviously this isn't like totally within our build, but it's a cooldown that we have, and this doubles its output, so we're gonna keep it. This is the fun of just kind of following the rolls. We have Moonfire and stuff, but I don't think we'd actually make use of that. All right, here's a different one, but it doesn't benefit us. We'll keep this one because it potentially helps us. So there's a chance that if we go fire, we would actually do that. And I think for this build, I would rather go mainly frost with some shadow dots, full arcane gunslinger if we happen to get stuff for that. But there's a lot of pieces for that, or some flame or some fire stuff. Full frost, full fire, frost and shadow, or arcane. So we're gonna bank on that. It's Nightfall's Promise. So Dark Intent is something from Master of Shadows. So like if you didn't know what that was, you just search Dark Intent, and then you could see here that it deals with the rogue melee abilities. So even though it talks about Shadow Trance and like, oh, Shadow Bolt, Shadow Trance, all that kind of stuff, it seems like you might want to use it, but the use of Sinister Strike modifiers is kind of a giveaway. But if you just search that Dark Intent part, then you can find out what it is. You'd realize as a new player that that's not something you'd actually use. So, not for a pure caster build, at least. I think we're to that point though, where I think we have something serviceable that we can go out and start. There's another 3% damage, but it also has some frost stuff that we could use. I think we're almost at that point where we can just start doing dailies. But at the same time, it's like, well, we're doing dailies to get gear and more rerolls, and we still have rerolls to do, so we could just keep doing rerolls. I don't think we're going to be using this. Have more fun when we go out and do our dailies. One thing I think we may do is just keep the Doom or the Fell Guard, because it's like, unless you're doing a lot of Shadow, Doom Guard is a pretty good pet to have, because, excuse me, I keep calling it Doom Guard, Fell Guard. It increases all damage done by 1% and reduces all damage by 5% when we get Master Demonologist. Yeah, so even though we took it level 1, or we just kind of kept it to dominate undead, I think we're going to do away with that one and just keep the Fell Guard. Magma Totem. It's kind of cool, but like it's really expensive mana, and I just don't care for it. Mongoose Bite. I'll like keep summoning it. All right, there's Incinerate. Fire is actually looking pretty strong. I spelled it wrong, I think. Incinerate. We just don't have like many supporting talents for it, which I realized we took a little sidetrack to abilities there for a second. All right, we abandoned the possibility of any balance type stuff. Nope, don't need that. I don't think we're gonna be doing like Shaman Shock type stuff, even though we kept some of the stuff here like Elemental Blast and Lava Burst, and we do have Flame Shock. I don't think we're gonna be doing anything that's like heavy, like alternating between different Shaman Shocks, like an Elemental Shaman type build. I don't think we're gonna be doing that. What is this? Starfall. That's kind of cool. I don't think we have a Starfall right now, no, but I could see that being aligned with the Arc build, so we're going to keep it. I really like this talent, but we're not doing the melee hybrid, so it's not something we're going to keep. Uh-oh, this looks fiery. It's just fire damage. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the fire build is looking pretty strong now. Here's another fire-related. Yeah. Okay. I mean, all we need is like a few more talents to signal us, and I think that's where we're going. No, I meant to reroll it. All right, so this one's interesting one because we talked about that instant Mind Blast with casting Shadow Bolt and everything. And this would be really useful in refreshing our damage over time spells in that kind of build. So I think we keep it just in case. But eventually, you know, we're going to get kind of bloated with all these talents that we're speculating on, and we got to make a decision. If we were doing a hybrid build, this one actually may be good because even though you're casting spells, you just stack strength and get as much attack power as you can. But we're not doing that. We're going pure caster. Upgrade galore. Nope, no swashbuckling here. Okay, we'll keep that one for now. Okay, it's not a good capstone. I mean, maybe it is at our level, but we'll keep it because it gives us that extra 5% of all damage. So, yeah, I guess they both kind of do arcane, so we can get rid of vengeance for now. Even though that one most likely is the better one later on. The game is kind of sending us into this not arcane direction. Don't know if we want... It's a good talent for caster, but like I said, I don't think we're wanting to do elemental shaman type stuff. I mean, we have this. I don't know if we're actually going to use it, though. So I don't think we'll keep it. So this is like a really, really, really long MTG draft. I hope next season they make something that's like, I don't know, a little bit more engaging. Like break it up, like not so many. I still don't mind the work involved to get a roll or to get your build, but I would like it to be more like, oh, let's go run it M plus, and at the end of this M plus, I get a cache with like these rolls, but like, you know, ones I have 2 legendary rerolls, 3 epics, like that kind of thing. And I would really like them to incorporate this where like I get to pick the thing that I reroll, but then I get an option of like 3 or 4 things on my screen, kind of like draft mode in this game does. If you've never played the previous seasons, this is what draft is. It gives you like 3 choices. The problem is it also, here's one of those pushback protection ones, which I don't know if I have any. Yeah, I do. Oh, it's only for Vol. Okay, never mind. Let's reroll that while we're at it. That was a previous version of this, but it also made you, it also chose for you what 3 you wanted to replace, which was horrible because it would always pick 3 things that were like core for your build. All right, here's one, that other totem talent I was talking about. How many of these reach talents do we have? We have destructive reach and shadow reach. I think we'd rather have 4% crit than this shadow damage over time. So let's get rid of that one. Because the 4% the crit helps us in any build, where the shadow one only helps us in the shadow build if we go that direction. Oh man. We're doing a reroll of our Locust Ranger, and that's something we really need. It's like most of the damage. Is this something cool? No, it's not. Not for us. It is cool, but not for this build. Don't think we're that full into Shadow. That far into Shadow for to make use of that one. Elemental Oath is good all around. Good for your team. Good for you. We're not going to be doing any hybrid stuff where we're going to use agility, so we'll reroll this one. Nope. We're getting there. Would we have used Steady Shot in an Arcane Gunslinger build? I don't think so. Alright, that one's capped out, so no more. It soaked up 2 upgrade rolls, but is what it is. I guess we'll keep that. It helps us. It increases some stats we like, and it gives us haste, which we would care about. We do not have life tap, and this will eliminate an upgrade roll. Get rid of that. That one's a trap even for builds that use corruption and increases damage at final tick and stuff like that. I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe in PvP or something. This is another 3% damage, and it might actually have implications if we start using corruption. Let's get rid of improved stings, even though it is 3 of 3, and it, you know, it's not gonna get an upgrade. We don't want to roll stings. We're not gonna use it. Very cool talent for melee hybrids. It's not us right now. We are not a paladin either. Yep, and if we had lightning bolts or something, I would maybe say let's pivot, but we don't. I'm gonna make use of relentless strikes. I mean, we do have spell steal, and this is probably a synergy roll from that. Using a direct damaging arcane spell with a cast time arcane missiles while missile barrage is active has a 66% chance. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know if we'll use it, but whatever. We'll keep it just in case. We got other stuff that's completely useless, and that one has some sort of function. So, same thing with stuff like this. Like, it does have usefulness. Like, periodic spell damage taken reduced by 4%. Like, that's decent passive defense. But Yeah. Okay, we do not want stuff like this. What I was trying to say is, I don't know how I feel about keeping it. Because it's 2 of 3 and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to keep it for now. Same thing with like chance to hit stuff. It's going to benefit you. Oh, another frosting, but not the kind of frosting we want. Yeah, I don't think that's good. The water, like a new player would probably keep that if they were trying to go frost. I don't think it's good. Okay, another fire one. Okay. Eradication is actually pretty good. We are not going to be making use of elemental devastation. Your direct single target destruction spells, that's essentially what we're doing with fire, have a 33% chance to heal you. Yeah, I don't think we need that. PvP talents. Not parrying. So this one's a cool talent because it's one talent. It can give you up to 5% crit, but we don't really make use of the capstone. And I think there's some other ones out there that like gives us tons of damage and crit for one talent that we'd rather have. So we're gonna wait on those. Don't think we'd use that. There's a world where we get explosive shot and we can do fire stuff there. Atonement. Love that talent, but we don't have anything to make it work. So okay. Is this one better than like guarded by the light? Yeah, this one's better than that one. So if I was gonna keep one, I would rather reroll guarded by the light than nether protection. So instead of clicking reroll again, I'm gonna come in and reroll this one. Puts me in the same situation where I have a 2 of 3 talent that's like not 100% or not totally desirable, but I'd rather keep that one over the other. That's almost just like it. Nope, we don't need enrage. Yep. Okay. That one's actually a pretty good one for our fire build. I think we are going destruction. Looks like that's where we're going. Keep the fire blast. There might be a world where we use that, even though we don't have fire blast yet. Okay, that one's decent, just passive stats. Get rid of spell warding. Probably should have rerolled that one sooner because, again, it's not one we want. And there's another frost benefit one. I think we get rid of barrage. We don't really have much going for us in the direction of arcane gunslinger. That one gives us flat damage, but it's 1 of 2 and it only goes up to 2. So I don't want to get an upgrade on that one either. So I'm just going to get rid of it. And if we actually did have the abilities for nature stuff, we would have had a good number of talents, but we just didn't get that one. Okay. Yeah, I think the Demonic Pat's good. We have a demon. There's a good chance we're going fire and shadow. So I think we keep that talent. Let's get rid of Reckoning. This one's a good talent if we're doing those things, but it doesn't look like we're going that school of magic. All right, fire spells. Do not have Hammer of Justice. And we don't want to roll it as a synergy, so we're getting rid of it. Yeah, I think we're like maybe 1 or 2 talents away from making fire destruction stuff be our go-to. Cheat death is actually not bad, just to have. I guess we can keep that. Now we're to the point where we need to get rid of stuff that's just not really doing anything for us. We're back around to like where we started. Like we've either kept something because we thought we'd use it. I guess Grasping Curse is kind of like a PvP thing. And I don't see us actually using it. And we're getting further and further away from the Shadow Frost thing. Elemental Rends are cool, but we can't use them. Ignite is a huge talent. And yet another one that sends us into fire. Ignite, when you do fire builds, Ignite does like, it can be in the top 3 of your damage dealers. Yeah. So that's actually a really good pickup. So now we're trying to get rid of some other things that are just like, we're using them just because. I guess synergy can go. No, we'll keep that for a pet. I guess some of these. No, there's a chance we put corruption if we do like destruction stuff. There's a chance that we'll have corruption on the target. Booming Echoes, I think. No, because there's a chance we use Flame Shock to take advantage of Booming Echoes to boost up our fire damage. We'll keep that one. What I am looking at is Anticipation, which we will not use as parry and block, but it is 5 of 5, and it's generic. So it's not going to give us a synergy roll, and it's not hurting us. It's not going to soak up an upgrade. But what I'm looking at also is Unbreakable Will, which is nice to have, but I really don't want an upgrade to land there, even though we have tons of other upgrades that we don't care about either. So actually Endurance Train looks even worse, so I guess let's go with that. Well, this puts us in the direction of Dark Ranger. So that's kind of cool. We will keep it just in case, even though we're kind of a far ways away. from getting that. And now we will do. Actually, I don't think we'll use improved Psychic Scream. I don't think we're not PvPers. We don't need that. Even though it's good and we have arcane stuff, we're moving really far away from arcane, so. All right, now with the last of those talent rerolls, just need to take a break. Just go feed the doggo and take them outside. And I will be back and we'll continue with these ability ones since we kind of have a good idea where we want to go. I think we're going to reroll maybe some of these. Like, I don't think Vampiric Touch and Devouring Plague are going to help us in the destruction direction. And we're probably going to reroll our arcane stuff because I think we're pretty far away from that now. So that's what we'll do when we come back, and then we'll go do some dailies and start the process all over again, and hopefully and queue up for dungeons too, so we can see what we can do with what we have for the time being. All right, be back momentarily. Okay. Got close to the mic there. Now, one thing I should have been doing while the rolls were sending us closer and closer to... Stay down a bit. While the rolls were sending us closer and closer to destruction, the play style, not the destruction of our build. I should have been taking a look at our skill cards what we had. Let's jump over here to talents. I believe it works this way. Maybe not. Thought maybe I could search by the ability, see if it's reference. Hey, how's it going? What I should have been doing and what I would recommend newer players is, and I said this in a previous video, but you should be kind of going back and forth between what you're gaining in your skill cards, as well as what you're rolling. It's like two different avenues to get what you want. So now that I've rolled and RNG has told me like, hey, you know, we've given you a lot of stuff in this direction. I have a decent idea like what I could maybe card in to make that build actually work. So looking at I can just look at like legendaries, for example, that I have right now. Do any of these do anything for me? Okay, elemental destruction is kind of like one that we could possibly do something with. So having the knowledge that I have this card is good. Dealing periodic damage of flame shock and immolate, which we have both of. Can we use it now? Grants you elemental destruction, and flame shock duration is increased by 50%. And elemental destruction says it increases our damage of our active immolate by 15%, and your lightning bolt and chain lightning by 4%, or until you cast immolate or conflagrate. Conflagrate. I always add an extra A in there. So what we would want is something to refresh immolate. We already have something like that. Duration of your immolate. Oh wait, won't core does something like that? Oh, it just increases overall. Dealing damage to Chaos Bolt refreshes duration of immolate. Yeah, something like that. Be cool. So we just keep immolate going, and we just keep elemental destruction on. All right, so I don't think we're applying it now, but that's good to know that we have. That doesn't do anything for us. No, not that. Not that, because we just don't want to go that direction. Okay. So, yeah. Very good note to take that we have elemental destruction. Let's look at our epics. Do have quite a few drain life things. Nothing so far. Yeah, there's yet again, we actually did have quite a few nature damage type stuff that we could have done. Yeah, we have Natural Conductor and Hydromancer. Nothing crazy so far for what we were trying to do. Yeah. No epics that are like super good for the stuff that we have rolled already. And I mean, I don't think we were going to card a rare, but just in case, I'm just trying to see if something makes... Sometimes there's like a 1 of 1 rare that like makes a build work, or a 3 of 3, like a capstone or something. I don't think that's the case here. Nah, I don't think so. Okay. Chaos Bolt would be a good hit. Do we have Chaos Bolt? We have Chaos Meteor. That's not Chaos Bolt. Soul Fire is a good one. I think we already have talent for Soul Fire. We have Bane. We have Inevitable Decimation, which when we cast Incinerate 3 times, it'll decrease the casting speed and global cooldown of Soul Fire by 40. Like, that alone is like a decent combo to have and almost worth carding Soul Fire right now. But we have 48 ability rerolls, so we're going to use those first. But let's keep that in mind. Card in Soul Fire. And then we have the Capstone, the Fire and Brimstone that we can get. We're only 1 away. Okay. Chaos Bolt and Soulfire are 2 good ones. And then we would also take Energy Bolt, probably. Which I think we both rolled Energy Bolt and that other version of Immolate. I think we rolled them Elemental Immolate. Like, I think we would probably take these if we got them. Just do like an Elemental Destruction type thing. But then again, we wouldn't be making use of the Soulfire. Actually, that's actually the other direction of Soulfire. Because I think in that build, like, we're essentially just spamming Energy Bolt, right? And maybe doing Lightning Bolt type things. So never mind. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I think that's enough speculating on that. Let's now go to let's now get to re-rolling. Rerolls. I think we're good to do away with stuff like Vampiric Touch and Shadow Flame. I don't think we're actually even Shadow Bolt. Even the builds where I built around Vampiric Touch, I didn't like casting Vampiric Touch. Hey, there's Lightning Bolt. What do you know? I guess we'll keep it just in case. I don't think we're going to take Void Zone. Don't need that. Ice Block is okay defensive. Fireball. I guess we keep it because maybe we get some more fire synergy stuff we want. I think we're done with Shadow Form. Mind's here is actually a pretty good AoE. And I'm wondering if we take it just to... I mean, we also have Frost Bomb, so we could just cast Frost Bomb. Flame Strike or Rain of Fire would be a good one. I don't know if we want Haunt. I think this is mostly... Oh, wait. What is this? Causes your target... Oh, no. It's a result. It's not a... Yeah. I think this is mostly like Shadow and other things. And there's some nature damage versions. I don't think we need Haunt for like fire heavy Destro stuff we're doing. Firefall. Cool. Grants you Hot Streak. But we don't have Pyroblast yet. That's still cool, though. I think we're going to keep it. I think we're good with Elemental Blast. I don't think we care for that. Even Lava Burst, to be honest. Soulfire. Sweet. I think we technically have a build now. I kind of am bummed about not getting Arcane and Solar stuff, but... Or Arcane and Frost stuff, but it is what it is. Blessing of Kings is not bad. I think we keep that. So after all of that, the game has told us you are okay. Chaos Meteor. That kind of that helps with some AOE, but also it helps us make use of some Chaos Bolt stuff, which I guess we don't have any huge Chaos Bolt payoffs, but still, it's a good one to have. Yep, don't think we're keeping Arcane Missiles now. Arcane Power is a good one. It's actually better than Soul Harvest. Because there's also a thing that we can do to reduce its cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. It might be restricted to a school of magic. I have to double check. But just look really quick. Arcane Flows, I think. Reduces the cooldown of your Presence Mind, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that one. Yeah, dealing direct damage with spells and abilities now reduces cooldown of your arcane power by 1 second. So we can, if we get power overwhelming, we can reduce the cooldown of arcane power. I mean, this one's also not bad. I wanted to do that. So I don't know what we just rolled. Probably don't want it. Thunderclap, yeah. Wouldn't mind getting Flame Tongue weapon. Oh, there's Mind Blast. I think we keep it just in case for destruction type stuff. I think we're done with Ray of Frost, unfortunately. So sad. Do we have some other abilities we can do away with, though? I don't think we're using Sunfire. I mean, it's instant. It's AoE. Okay, never mind. Maybe we'll use it. Go ahead and set up our bar really quick. Incinerate there. Okay, we got Living Bomb. We actually have a lot. I don't think we're using Fireball, to be honest. Slow Fire on 4. Yeah, that looks like a thing. Where's our Chaos Meteor? Where did it go? Put that on 7 and that on shift 7. Neat. I'm not giving up on the frost thing. If we get a cool frost ability, we're pivoting. I don't think we're actually using Lava Burst. It's fire, but like we have other things that we're gonna cast instead. Firestorm. Oh, this is the one you don't have to channel. That's perfect. Okay, I don't think we need Shadow Flame anymore. I just kept it for like some AoE, but I don't think it's necessary. Serpent form, huh? Immolation Trap. Is there anything that works with that? I think it's like more of the mage fire direction, not the destruction fire. Yeah, it's like explosive trap, explosive shot, lava lash, that kind of thing. All right. That's it. Oh, Blast Wave. It's not bad. Usable. All right, let's get this stuff off of our bars. Oh, Hungarians. Oh, that's funny. Hey, like, we have a build. Get the key bindings right. Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant. I did not mean to do that. I meant the other. Do the other bar, not bar 1. I don't know which one's which. It's not that one. I think it's just like bar 2, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's this one. Okay. All right, now that we have an actual build, we can get to work. Now, what we did is we went and picked up all of the PvE quests the other day, which is sometimes good to do because you can just go and do the quests without people like fighting over things. I thought one of them was in an easy area. The Grand. Okay. Yeah. Go over to Nagrand. Might be kind of annoying because we've already pledged our allegiance to Scryer, so I don't know if they're going to aggro to us or not. Oh, and we're going to queue up a dungeon. See what we can do with our build. Get some caches. Okay, they do not aggro. Good. No, I should have checked the auction house. The feather that gives you all the flight paths may have been kind of cheap. I'll check that after we get done. Oh, also, I don't want to be in normal risk anymore. I just want to be in PvE. Alright. Oh no. We forgot to find somebody's book before we left Shatrath. So our spells are going to hit pretty weak, I think. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to go over here and get the flight path so we can fly back and forth and do that really quick. Like, for example, Incinerate takes a long time to cast. Hey, I can cast a Soulfire fast. Get that buff up. And then it goes from 282 to 169. Nuke. Almost like we intentionally made this build. Oh, the reason why we wanted Chaos Bolt was for the elemental destruction thing. I think we just like power up our immolate and then we refresh it. But if the play is like, I don't know, if the main rotation is spam Incinerate so we can cast Soulfires, like that might be a different game plan altogether. So we'll have to figure out because that's one thing about builds and making like janky builds or like new builds like this work is you don't want to bloat the rotation with too many things. You need to stick to something like whatever your build does, whatever it does well, like do that and do it really good. Don't like dilute it with all this other stuff. I think it's going to be like cast Immolate and then instantly put on like all the dots, like Flame Shock, Living Bomb, maybe even some fire, and then just like run around. We just like tag a bunch of things like that and run around. Cast Firefall. It's weird that Firefall has like a transparent background. You seen that? Interesting. Oh, now it's really important that I find a book. Here's one over here. I have a class trainer filter turned on. Oh, wait. Thought I did. Here it is. So they show up on my map. I think this person has been here AFK since we logged in. I mean, it's not surprising. Ascension lets you be AFK for a very long time. Oh my gosh, come on. We're not going to make it in time. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we trained all the things that we needed to. Right. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta ask. How does it say I keep... do I keep picking the... friendly target? Yes, I do. All right, I'm not casting any AoEs because they're just gonna move it. Tank is just YOLO. These are kind of like leveling dungeons. A little rough. Where's our healer? What kind of heals do they do? Healing wave. You know, they got the heals. I'm doing some damage. Wow. giving me a staff? What the heck? I mean, I have no spell power on my yeah, this is going to be huge. Isn't that nice? Like, look, they look at me and they're like, this is a new player. I'll give them something. Oh, I have decurse. Look at me being so useful. And by useful, I mean I'm totally casting all my buffs too. I think I need to wait for... We almost did 15,000 DPS. Oh, I need that bad. Holy crap, I have like a level 2, level 17 back piece on. Apparently I'm in combat. Stop being in combat, please. I just went up 5 item levels total. See, there are nice people in the game. Keep running through. I'm gonna die. I don't know if it's the tank or the healer. I feel like the healer's doing things. I think the tank's just struggling holding aggro. And they are the level 63. Which is surprising because they're also a bear. And they just have to press one button to get AoE aggro. The button's called swipe. It's okay. We got corpse runner. I thought that person was gonna trade me food. But they gave me a BOE staff. That's funny. Oh, this person is doing the... What is it? The, not acclamation, the attunement. Buff master. Who's I guess I put it on the healer. My focus magic. We can skip these, but we're not. Mana's kind of low. I'm gonna wait until this person gets aggro, and then I'm gonna cast my AoE, my slow one, which was a mistake because they were dead before I got to cast it. Okay. Maybe I should just cast Incinerates, so that way I can eventually just cast a fast Soul Fire on something. Oh wait, that buff runs out fast. Never mind, I guess I won't be able to do that. Oh boy. Yeah, he's struggling with the aggro. Who's left? Did the tank leave? I think so. Get off the Soulfire before I die. Okay, I died. Wow, we got a tank fast. Another low level tank, but wait, I'm confused. Oh, I thought they were wearing a shield, but it's off as a... Looks like a fist weapon. Dagger offhand. I don't usually run spell steal. I need to learn what kind of things I can steal. What kind of enemies have stuff I can steal. I mean, obviously I know the fight in whatchamacallit, the raid, but I also need to start casting Firefall. Don't know why I started casting a Soulfire. Oh wait, this buff is... It's not consumed. Oh, wow. Okay, I need to do that more. Okay, okay. I thought it was consumed. I can just cast fast Soulfires for 7 seconds. That's cool. Okay. Okay. I understand now. I think there is a talent that lets Soulfire and like Hot Streak work together. So I'm gonna proc this, and then I'm gonna pop my cooldown. Oh, Hungarians go. Oh, I have to cast it like that. I wasted like 2 casts of Soulfire. Yeah, I did 2200 DPS right there. For being in 70 and using up those scrolls, that's not bad. Does this thing drop something I need to pick up? Or is it just a bug? Yeah, it's just a bug. Well, I guess I didn't get that wand. I really use that. So even as someone who has played this game a lot, you know, doing stuff like this where I'm just letting the game show me things and I have to put the pieces together, I learn more about other builds and things that I haven't done before. Takes you out of your comfort zone, you know? I need something to make Incinerate faster, though. 2 seconds almost. I mean, I know there's a talent that boosts the cast speed, I'm pretty sure. Every time I try to cast that ability, they're dead before I get to finish. Oh. Like, I'm still at 70 item level. I feel like this is a win, being able to do some numbers. Let's see. Where's some other Soulfire? I think what we do is you just look for Soulfire talents. Looks like there's just something we can do with... Oh, big flaming Grimfire. Looks like there's some just like Soulfire Pyroblast cycling. Sounds cool. Yeah, backdraft I think is what makes me cast a lot faster. Yeah. So I guess Conflagrate to trigger that. And then my... Oh, it's only a chance not to consume it? That's kind of lame. I'm like just casting my instant stuff because those things die so fast. Can I queue up for heroic yet? I guess I can't tell. Oh yeah, I didn't rebuff. Oh, I also don't have a pet out. Or whatever. I think we can get 4 Soulfires off. Yeah, we can. No good gear, unfortunately. We have no trinkets. Sweet. And thanks for that person who donated the staff. That was very nice of you. Very cool. Hit rating, tons of spell power. That's what we want. Probably one of the most cool, like, random acts of kindness I've had in this game. Here? Oh, we don't have a necklace at all. Huh? Just gives spell power. Was that the original necklace in the game? Is that what it was? I doubt it. Oh yeah, we can do heroic now. We went up 12 item level. And we can turn in a daily quest. Let's go do that really quick. Hopefully get something good out of our cash. Alright. Dungeon diving. Let's queue up for a heroic now. Anything good? Not really. I guess this one is better than what we have on. I don't know why it's not giving PvE power. Okay, it's just not showing it. Okay. We lose a little bit of crit. But we gain a lot of bonus damage. So I think that's fine. And most importantly, we have more marks of Ascension, so now let's go get some more cards. And rerolls. Arcane Barrage. Just saying, we got rid of all our arcane stuff, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Good there. Alright. Nothing too crazy so far for the build that we're going for. Flag. That might be something we card. Ooh, 5 of 5 Ignite. I mean, we're already at 4 of 5. I don't think we're going to resort to carding it, but just saying, that's a good one. I feel like it doesn't matter how often I move these buttons, they always end up going back to where they are. Nothing interesting there. Arcane Shelling, man. We could have done it. We could have done Arcane Gunslinger. Astral Mind. I mean, we would have had a card, a bunch of stuff. Power. Burnout is, now that we're fire, Burnout is the one that we want. Of those 5 of 5 spell critical strike spells. Whisper the Old Gods, always cool. Speaking of Whisper the Old Gods, the cultist in Conquest of Azeroth, I think, is like, I can actually play the Tentacle Alawi build that I was always wanting to play in Ascension. You can do a hybrid healer, DPS healer. I don't know what's in my... Oh, here's a book. Okay, we're good. We're trained up. But we do want to hang around that book because we're about to reroll some things. Yeah, that was a fake mail notice. All right. While we're waiting on the queue, let's go ahead and reroll. I think we're done with the frost stuff. Unfortunately. It just goes to show you, though. You start off something and you just get pulled in a different direction. Don't think we want Shadowward Pain. don't think we want Searing Pain either. We can use that as a defensive, I guess. Nope, nope, nope. This one. I mean, this keeps us from having to buy a mount, but I mean, I guess. Doesn't really. We still have to buy the training for it. Ooh, Elemental Immolate. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I think if we do get Honor Among Thieves, that will allow us to cast this without having to spam Energy Bolt. And then in the meantime, we can just do like Incinerate Soul Fire. Anyways, we're keeping it. I guess we'll keep. I mean, nah. I don't see ourselves actually using Flame Shock. Oh man, I was thinking I should go ahead and re-roll some of these, but it's whatever. Okay, not bad. 6% crit for one talent. Let's get rid of this one because it can trigger some. Since we're not in Frost anymore, and it can trigger some synergy rolls that we don't want. Oh, hot streak. All right. Fireball, Fire Blast, Scourge, Living Bomb, Frost Firebolt. We don't use it now, but like I said, I think there's some stuff that. Go ahead and use our last one. Amazing. What does this do? Oh, okay, that's cool. I think there's things that allow Hot Streak to apply. So Power Blast can now trigger Hot Streak. Additionally, Hot Streak now further increases damage. Yeah, and now your Soul Fire can now trigger Hot Streak. Yeah, so we still want that. So I think what we're going to be going for is this Soul Fire Pyroblast. Like, we trigger one and the other and they feed off each other. Build. We just need Power Blast now. Did we keep getting anything that we need to learn? Sure. I'm not going to use it right now, but. New information is available. Another mark of Ascension. Does that give us another turn in? How much gold have we earned since? Like 100. Since we stopped rerolling. Not bad. We're still missing a whole trinket. We still need to replace rings and a trinket. Boots. I mean pants, technically. Gloves. Everything else should be 105 or above, which is where we want to be right now. I mean, range. We rolled these on that wand, but we did not get it, unfortunately. But every single one of these is going to be a cash. Hate to break it to you there, guy in chat. Illidan's health already went down by some percent number recently. I wonder if we should just queue up for normal dungeons, because it doesn't seem like people are queuing for heroics. Ain't taking any damage. Wow. I think just running around and putting dots on everything is. Those are just all dots. Alright, we gotta kill more of those, so we're venturing inside. Casting my longer cooldowns first, so that way I can just keep using them and on the next target, use them immediately. I think applying all my random fire dots is killing things faster than hard casting incinerates. Gonna pull the room, I think. Oh, we're gonna pop Firefall. That worked well. Do we just need mages now? I think so. We need 2 more mages. And okay, there's one right here. I was gonna say there's probably gonna be one respawn outside, but since there's one right here, might as well just get him. Cool. 2 quests down. That was fast. And see if, I mean, we could have been invited to a group, but if we would have came here before, we would have been fighting over these quite a bit. However, it does suck doing quests in the Grand without flying. Gotta kill Crusher, Muck, Surger. At least these don't knock me down. I guess this is one way to take on these guys. Probably gonna pull both of these. Oh, just one. And we can use the world scroll to get around faster. I guess we kill more to finish off this other quest. And we're back to buggy. Can't find me. Alright, we're done with that one. At least that part of it. Now we need to take the long way out. Is not that far away, I guess. Oh, we still need to kill more of these. I believe we can find these up top too, so. Yeah, here we go. And we're gonna go around here and kill the lake searchers. I'm pretty sure they're in the lake. I've never played this server before, but watching you makes it look so fun. I'm gonna try it out. Wait. Yeah, it's, I mean, if you like classic and, you know, you've dabbled around in private servers, like, this one's definitely pretty good. If you don't want to deal with RNG and, like, don't care about the build crafting being so deep, I mean, if you want to call it deep, you can always try out Area 52. But yeah, Elune is not as bad as a lot of people want to make it out to be. Like I was saying earlier, I enjoy doing drafts and card games like Magic the Gathering, making things work that the game gives me. And that's what we're doing here. We're making this fire build work. And like we have these things to look forward to. And whenever we get there, we can say, I took it from nothing to this. Glad I could pique your interest. Wow, that guy died in no time. And we need 2 more raiders, and then those other guys are going to be the problems. Casters. Oh, they're out here. Okay. Not so much of a problem anymore. Oh yeah, let's use our Fungarians. They clobbered them. Did a lot of damage. Look at that. Oh, these charge. That's so annoying. Actually, I'm gonna have to go for a bit, so I don't think we have time to do that. It's unfortunate because we waited in that queue for a very long time. Okay, it doesn't stop me from casting when they knock me down, though. All right, we are done. Wait. Need one more of these, really? Okay, fine. We're not done. But we will be. We are done. For real this time. All right, that's going to be it for me for now. But make sure you subscribe. And if you're watching this after the video or the VOD goes up, I still answer questions and comments. So if you have a question from this video or anything else, feel free to comment down below, ask your question, and I will get to you. Make sure you like the video too so more people can see it, because we went over a lot of good things for new players, especially like what to do at max level, like after you hit level 70. So hopefully you all learned some things like that too. So like so other people can see it, and subscribe so you can see when we go live next, and you can find out if we can put together this build from being we're good from being a fresh level 70. All right, till next time, I'm Halen, and this is the Project Ascension Hub. Thanks for watching.